go ahead and open up SketchUp 2020. So once we open up SketchUp, we can see that we have a very similar looking screen to previous versions of SketchUp. And for this course, I'm going to be using the architectural inches template. If you're in a different part of the world, you may be using meters. But here in the US, we use the imperial system, which is in feet and inches. So I'm going to go ahead and click that and open up that template to start our interior design. Now, before we create this awesome design of this master bedroom, we are going to need some tools. So to do that, I'm going to go over here to the window icon and select default tray and go ahead and click on show tray. And here it gives us a list of default trays that are most commonly used in SketchUp. Now, another tool that I want to make accessible here is our large toolbar. So let's go to View, click Toolbars, and let's go to Large Tool Set, and go ahead and close that. And let's go ahead and click and hold your mouse and drag it, and we can dock that wherever we want. And I'm going to go ahead and dock it to the left portion of our screen. Now let's start laying out our room. Before I do that, let's go ahead and remove this person here, and I'm just going to click once to highlight that person and just hit delete, and they're gone. So now I want to get into the command that allows us to draw some lines, which will ultimately be our walls, and that's over here in this line tool. So let's go ahead and click that once. And now we can drag our mouse over here to, here is our origin point here, where this is where our X, Y, and Z axis are. And we can start our model here, but in reality, you can really start it anywhere you want on your model. But let's go ahead and start it here. And I'm going to left click once and drag my mouse. And let's move it along this red axis line. And another thing about moving around in your model, to move around or pan, you can use your center scroll button by pressing it down, and you can pan. I'm sorry, that's orbiting. You can orbit, and if you hold down shift and press your middle mouse button, you can pan in your model. Okay, so let's move our mouse in this direction of our red axis, and I'm going to type 16 feet. And you can see the increments I'm punching in down here. And let me do that again. And notice down here the numbers will change. And I'm going to type 16 feet and enter. And there it's drawn a line 16 feet along the red axis. Now let's move along our green axis. And let's type 12 feet, enter. And let's go ahead and drag our mouse over here, and here we can see that it's automatically snapping to that point. And I'm just going to go ahead and click again, and there we've created a rectangle surface. Now there are several different ways you can model in SketchUp. Basically there's a lot of ways to do the same thing. So what I'm going to show you now is a different way to create a rectangle surface. So I'm going to go to this rectangle tool and click once, and I'm going to click along this green axis and then just drag my mouse. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in some numerical increments that will create our rectangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm dragging my mouse, and then I'm going to type 16 feet, comma, 12 feet, enter, and there we've created a 16 by 12 foot rectangle, exactly the same as this one here. Okay, so back to our rectangle here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to offset a line to create our exterior walls here of our room. So what I'm going to do is go over here to the offset command, and let's click to activate that, and let's drag our mouse over the surface here, and you can see it's highlighting that this surface is selected, or that edge as well. So I'm going to click once and then drag my mouse in the direction that I want the offset. So I want the offset to go out this way, and I'm going to go ahead and type 4.5 inches for a 4.5 inch exterior wall. And there we've created that offset that will be our wall.